Have you ever wondered how someone can run marathons, eat healthy, and still suffer a deadly heart attack without any warning? It sounds impossible, but it happens every day. Many people believe heart disease only affects those who are overweight, inactive, or obviously unhealthy. The reality is much more frightening. Some of the most dangerous heart conditions develop silently for years while a person feels completely normal. Your heart is one of the hardest working muscles in your body. To keep beating, it depends on a network of blood vessels called coronary arteries. These arteries deliver oxygen-rich blood to every part of the heart muscle. When these arteries become damaged, cholesterol, inflammation, and calcium can slowly build up inside the vessel walls. This process is known as atherosclerosis. Most people imagine this buildup like a clogged pipe that gradually gets smaller until blood can no longer pass through, but that's not how it usually works. Your body is incredibly adaptive. As plaque develops, the artery often expands outward, preserving normal blood flow. This means someone can have significant plaque buildup while still passing stress tests, exercising regularly, and feeling perfectly healthy. That's why heart disease is often called the silent killer. For many people, the first sign of a problem isn't chest pain, it's a heart attack, or worse, sudden cardiac death. So what turns a silent plaque into a medical emergency? The answer is plaque rupture. Think of plaque like a small blister hidden inside the artery wall. Some plaques become unstable and develop a thin outer covering. During periods of intense stress, high blood pressure, or extreme physical exertion, that thin covering can tear. When it tears, the body reacts immediately. It sees the rupture as an injury and begins forming a blood clot. Unfortunately, inside a coronary artery, that protective response can become deadly. Within minutes, the clot may completely block blood flow to part of the heart muscle. Without oxygen, heart cells begin to die. This is a classic heart attack. What makes it even more alarming is that many of these dangerous plaques may not cause major narrowing beforehand. In fact, some heart attacks occur in arteries that were less than 50% blocked. That's why relying on symptoms alone can be risky. There's another way heart damage can occur. Imagine a dedicated 50-year-old runner pushing through a race. His arteries aren't fully blocked, but one vessel is moderately narrowed. At rest, everything works fine, but during intense exercise, his heart suddenly demands far more oxygen than that artery can deliver. The supply can't keep up with the demand. As a result, part of the heart muscle becomes starved for oxygen. This condition is called ischemia. In some cases, abnormal heart rhythms can make the situation even worse by causing the heart to beat too fast and inefficiently. The scary part? The symptoms may not look like a Hollywood heart attack. Instead of crushing chest pain, a person may experience unusual fatigue, nausea, dizziness, shortness of breath, or simply a feeling that something isn't right. Many people ignore these warning signs. Some never get a second chance. The good news is that your heart has a remarkable survival mechanism. Over time, it can build tiny backup blood vessels known as collateral circulation. These natural detours help route blood around partially blocked arteries. Regular exercise, especially aerobic training and interval workouts, may encourage the development of these protective pathways, but exercise alone is not a guarantee. Fitness is important. Knowing what's happening inside your arteries is even more important. That's where modern screening comes in. Blood tests can provide useful information, but they cannot show what's actually happening inside the artery walls. A coronary artery calcium scan, often called a CAC scan, can detect calcified plaque and help estimate overall risk. A CT coronary angiogram goes even further by revealing both hardened plaque and softer, potentially unstable plaque before symptoms appear. These technologies allow doctors to identify hidden risks long before a catastrophic event occurs. The biggest mistake people make is assuming they are healthy simply because they feel healthy. Heart disease often develops quietly. No pain, no warning, no obvious symptoms, until the day everything changes. Protecting your heart starts with controlling blood pressure, managing blood sugar, avoiding smoking, staying active, maintaining a healthy diet, and getting appropriate screenings when recommended. Don't rely on guesswork. Your heart deserves better than that, because when it comes to heart disease, feeling fine and being fine are not always the same thing.